Hey guys, we've got some Moon Baby style finger guns for you because this is kind of a Moon Baby response. For those of you who don't know, Brant and I have this delightful relationship where we're constantly like shoving decks at each other that neither one of us had ever considered before. And Brant really had his work cut out for him with the deck that we're going to discuss today, the Golden Rider, because I've been reading tarot cards since the mid-1990s. I've been aware of the Golden Rider since it was published in like 1997 or 1998, whenever it was published, maybe 1996, I don't know. But I've been aware of it for a good chunk of my life, and I have never wanted it at all. End stop. I know that there are plenty of tarot tubers out there. Let me just pull out the Golden Rider here. There are plenty of tarot tubers who do enjoy this deck, who really like value it as part of their collection, and that's not been me. But Brant has been on a serious campaign to get me to consider this deck. I did tell him, well, if I ever found a copy for this amount or lower, yeah, sure. And damn it, I need to stop telling him that. That's what got me in trouble with the Diamond Tarot, because sure enough, found a copy, so I had to get it. And we'll get to that in a second. But let me explain to you the moment where I first became aware of the Golden Rider back as a young child. Back when I had first become interested in tarot cards, there were a few different RWS decks out in the market. Obviously there was the yellow box, right? And I took one look at it and thought, no, that, you know, Page of Swords has green hair, I can't deal. I remember that very clearly, just knocking the Page of Swords with green hair. The original Rider Waite Tarot had also come out onto the market, or was going to come out into the market, or something like that. I think actually it might have been slightly later than the late 1990s, but I remember it being one of the, you know, the big 5 options. And I was never very much a fan of it, so I just never wanted to copy that either. Haha. Fools on me. And then the two that I actually did strongly consider, the Radiant Rider Waite Tarot, and then the Universal Waite. These were my primary options in addition to the Golden Rider. Boop. And I thought that these 3 decks were deeply problematic. That left me with these. I hated the borders on these. I hated the faces on these. So I got a copy of the Universal Waite, and I never, ever looked back. That was my ride or die deck until probably 2013. So when I find a deck I love, I stick with it. So let's talk about this Golden Rider and why I bit the bullet. Maybe there's a part of me that wanted to just stop arguing with Brant. But also, I think that seeing as I had eventually gotten all the others, and my opinion on the yellow box has definitely revised, I thought that it would be good to at least see this deck in person. I could probably resell it if I had to, but if I saw this deck in person and my opinion was still the same, that would just be something I learned about myself. But I want to see if my opinion is still the same. So let's take a moment to look through this deck. I can tell you right now, looking at that Fool, I'm skeptical of how much I'm going to appreciate this deck, because I very strongly appreciate nicely drawn facial expressions, and it looks a little clumsy here. But I will say I appreciate the coloration a lot more now than I did in the 1990s. The way those mountains fade in are just so pretty. I love the pop of pink down here with the foothills. I love that Taprano has put his Fool on a little bit of grass there. I even like the little pops of gold. It was done judiciously and done well. So I think I like it a little bit better than I would have, but we'll continue on. I appreciate that this Magician's a little more melanated. Oh, That's sweet. Actually, there's something about this card that pops to me. Still not a huge fan of the facial expressions, but I oh my god, what is this deck? Oh god, why is she looking like a hooker? I don't even know. Look at that. Look at that makeup. Oh, honey child, why? When I get over the distraction of that makeup, I actually do like the rest of the card. I love the sunset, the pink to the orange, like, that's aces right there. And I actually really love this detail that I've never seen before in any other Rider deck. There's poppies down here in the wheat. You see those? That is such a adorable detail, and one that I very much appreciate. Wheat and poppies are such a lovely combination. And they're both very, very important agricultural grains. I know my Slavic background really does enjoy them some poppy. So that's just a detail that really I appreciate in a strong way. But damn, that makeup, holy jeez. Ooh, I love this coloration actually. The reds are redder, the oranges are oranger, the yellowers are yellower, and I love this little stream of blue. That just really just sings right off the card. Okay, well, Hierophant's cross-eyed. That's disturbing, but I do like the way the shading's been done with the oils. It's quite pretty. Oh, this is just so happy. I don't know what it is about it that makes me happier than other lover cards, but it's so sweet. I love this like pink and purple here. I love Eve's facial expression. Look how happy she is to be staring at that angel. Given man in all his perfection and glory, hand carved by God. She's like, nope, I want him. Good for you, girl. Go get you yours. Kind of nice. Oh, I love actually her facial expression. That's so like 1950s. I like this little bit of pink. I kind of wish that they brought the pink down through a little bit more than just that little strip at the top. Look, you can see this like little pink foothill. It's quite nice. Oh, that hermit though. Oh, nice. I love the black. Oh, that is really cool. We need to see more hermits with black backgrounds. Ooh, and there's a tiny little frosting of pink on these mountaintops. That's nice. And that star is gold. Very cool. Pretty solid wheel. Justice! Okay, I'm not mad at Justice's facial expression. That could be worse. I love the pink curtain. That pink and this yellow, they're just great together. I actually really like the chartreuse too. I really like this Justice. Hanged Man, very solid. I love the texture here in the oil paint. Death! Wow, that is a great sunset. Look, it's that bright cardinal red up there, and it just like fades right down into that yellow. Oh, that is nice. Ooh, and I like that there is a little bit of color detail in the Pope or the Bishop. I don't know what it is actually. Usually it's just a solid wash of yellow, but here there's a little bit of darker tones of yellow and this tan and some of the red detail. That's nice. Very cool. Oh, that's really quite nice. I love how varied and detailed the wings are. Why is there a dead fish? Right there. Is there a dead fish in any other? Let me just grab Universal here. It's handy. No, it's not a dead fish. It's a rock in that one. I don't know. I don't know why there's a dead fish. That kind of creeps me out a little bit, but it is good humor. I don't know why all the decks maintain this little sliver here. That was just someone forgetting to shade in the black, and everyone else like pops it for some reason. I don't know what this little white dot is either. Oh wow, that's really kind of nice. The star! Oh, I love this. These are like the tones that I would want my house to be in. These are my favorite shades of blue and green and purple and pink. Well, purple, I don't know why I said purple, but that pink, like that yellow, like that is my color palette. How cool. I'm sure you can hear sirens. There are always sirens where I live. And this moon is phenomenal. I love these tongues of fire. I love the pink lobster, crab, crayfish, whatever you want to call him. I usually call him crayfish. Artistically, I would have preferred this deck to be more night-like rather than looking like it's noon, but it's so pretty. Not too sure what's going on in this little area of the card. Ugh. I don't like this one. I don't know why this is brown. That is not attractive. That's just a big old, frankly, it looks a little bit like a turd. There's like no face to that baby, which is super creepy. The sun looks stoned. This could have been a better card. Ah, I'm not even gonna, no. What is up with that face? No. That is from the nightmares of my deep, dark psyche. I don't like it, no, take it away. Oh, I do kind of like this pink. Ooh, are all the hills and swords going to be like this? Like, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. It's like the painted hills or whatever they call them in the south or the west. I clearly don't know my American geography as well as I should. Oh, this is nice. Yes. Oh, isn't that great how it just descends into this red? Ah, that is despair. That's dramatic. I almost forgive how absolutely nightmarish that judgment is when I see this card. To be honest, like if I had gotten this deck back in the 1990s, I very well may have thrown away that judgment card because that was just wrong. That's nice. Ooh, I love this like little ridge of pink. Ooh, again, that nice little sunset, sunrise. A less successful shading, but I still accept it. That's cool. It kind of looks here like there's a little dot of red. So it kind of looks like they're at a campfire there, which is really neat. Aww. That's very successful, actually. Poor lady. Ooh. Yes, look at that. All that color in there. Okay. I'm digging the colors. I hate the faces, but I'm definitely digging the colors. Look at all that pretty pink. Yeah, the Knight of Swords is a card where a lot of people just kind of give up looking at it. There should be a lot of bird imagery here in his robe. And then this and this should also be birds. Here it's just like swaths of color without much shape or form. But ultimately perfectly fine. You get totally the sense of him just rushing in. Oh, what a goofy expression. I love how pink he is. It's very pretty. Ooh, oh, that's just so pretty and soft. I love these little pink and white lotuses. Oh, that's just darling. I love that they're in a pumpkin field. Usually just this one thing is a pumpkin and people just kind of like make these other fruits something else, but here it looks like they're all pumpkins and that really works well. I'm not mad at Brant for pushing this deck on me, actually. Look at that. I love the way that they did this gradient stuff. Ooh, this might be one of my favorite 5 of Cups of all time. Usually this background is very dark and just one wash of color, but here having it like be a sunset and a very dramatic one at that, like it's very nice. I like that one too. Ooh. I like the little bit of color that you see down here. It helps bring down the eye rather than just kind of like sticking in this general area. Oh, yes. Yes. We needed that black sky and this, you know, purple around the moon. That was a necessary part of this card. I'm loving the way that this deck is using blacks and the pinks in very unexpected ways. What is even up with this guy's face? Like, oh, it's just... To be completely honest, I think a 5-year-old could have painted a better face. Ooh. Oh, that's just sweet and darling. I really like the rainbow. I like how it's kind of like stuck with the tarot theme of doing the colors backwards. That seems to be in most decks. The pink down here just plays nicely with the gradient of the sun. I like how pink's been brought into the clothing. Ooh. I love how this color-wise ties so nicely into the ace. And you can see all the fish in this knight's garb, which is nice. I was kind of worried when I saw the swords. That's solid. What is in that king's crown? Are those cupcakes? Still, it's very nicely done. I do enjoy the color way more than I thought I would. What a little snob I was, this little like teenage tarot reader. Hell, I'm still a snob. What am I on about? Okay, so far we're getting more oranges. Ooh, I do like the way that was done. Okay, so they are making the skies more blue, which does follow typical RWS for all, usually after the 4, all of a sudden the skies become very blue. Looks like we're getting some sunset again. Ooh. This actually reminds me a bit of the CS Tarot, the way the sky was gradiated. Is that even a word? That's one of my favorite parts about the CS Tarot, actually. Okay, well, you know, she can rock her Empress, I guess. Aside from that, though, I do have to say I like the card. Ooh, very nice. I love how it sinks into that deep purple. Yeah, I kind of wish something more had been done with the sky. I love how it sinks into that seafoam green. I'm gonna pick up the pentacles here. Aww. Again, yeah, I'm kind of liking how this is now very black and solid and grounded. Ooh, again, you know, great use of the black. Ooh, that's a wonderful sky. I guess that's that. I love this pink. Well, yeah, Brant, you called it. This is a deck that I probably should have gotten back in the day, and I'm glad you pushed me into it. Is it my favorite RWS? No, definitely not. I think that I would still be very distracted by the facial expressions. But it'll be great for a change of pace, and I do appreciate these colors in a way that I definitely was not into back when I was a snotty little teenager. So, yeah, thank you so much for making me get this deck, and I hope everyone out there has a wonderful day. Bye, guys.